Hello, and welcome to our episode of Todd Talks. When Todd Talks, people listen, show me your moves. Hopefully. First and foremost, I apologize for this not being a same day reaction video as I have done the last while. I can't remember. I'm tired. I can't remember when I did the last non one. Yesterday, the day of the Death Battle premiere, I was away. I didn't even get to watch the video until about 6, and then I was called away again. So by the time I got back, it was dark, and that wasn't good for my camera to take videos. So I'm doing it this morning. I do apologize. Hopefully, by the next battle, which I'm very excited for, I will be back on schedule, if you will. Still, we are here today to talk about the epic death battle between Johnny Cage and Captain Falcon, and happy to say I was right again. I am not only back in the win column, I am back in a streak because I called the last one right and I called this one right. So, yeah, it feels good to be back on a winning streak. And this was actually a very fun death battle. It was funny from the breakdown standpoint, it was funny from the animation standpoint. And I was very happy to see that a lot of what I calculated or what I said in regards to why Captain Falcon would win would be relevant. Mainly, sorry, I'm really tired. Mainly that Captain Falcon had an anime. And they actually revealed after I did my breakdown video last week that the anime was their core source of material since the video games weren't uh, let's just say, expressive enough in terms of the lore of Captain Falcon. But they took the anime as the main source material and then used the games to back those up, which they did, and then they threw in the manga because that's official source material. And lo and behold, Captain Falcon did indeed have the power to beat Johnny Cage, which I am totally happy about. And thankfully, they finally settled the debate of what Captain Falcon did with that Falcon punch that blew up a galaxy. So yeah, but overall, it was just a very fun little death battle. The fight animation was so good. I mean, this was honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I really felt that this was gonna be the weakest part of the whole show because I knew they could get good Captain Falcon sprites because between the Smash Brothers 2D games that are all over the internet and custom sprites and all that, I knew they could do that. But Death Battles has this history of oftentimes going back to the original sprites for Mortal Kombat and sometimes Street Fighter, which is okay in context, but sometimes it does look bad, which I refer to, in my opinion, is one of the worst looking death battles ever in Sonya Blade versus Cammy White, where the sprites just looked horrible. And of course, they had to zoom right into them so they could do like close up shots, and it just looked horrible. So thankfully, they went for a more custom sprite look for Johnny Cage with some custom sprites of Captain Falcon too for like when he got nut punched, which was hilarious. So I was relieved that this battle looked as good as it did, despite it being 2D. And then the idea of having it, in the F-Zero world on Mute City's course, and then using the course as part of the death battle was just so clever. Because, again, they're 100 and what were they, like 13? They're getting close to like 110 death battles because they ended it last year on 103. So this is either 19 or 110, something like that. Again, I'm tired. But again, they have had like over 100 death battles, and you'd think by now they would run out of clever ways to do like certain fights, but instead they just ramp it up to oblivion and say, "Oh no, we'll make this work," and which has been proven, via Wario, DDD, and now Captain Falcon, Johnny Cage, because this battle was high impact, super intense, and super hilarious. Like I loved how Johnny used the warp speed ones that help literally speed up the fight and give him an edge, and it was just so cool. And or how he when he saw Falcon recover and about to do, and he goes, so cool, like even Johnny's a fanboy at times. So that was really fun. And then of course, the nut punch scene where Falcon's like, "Why did you? Why did you? Why did you?" He's like, They say all's fair in show business. Nobody says that. So that's comedy. That's comedy. And actually, if you noticed, I don't know if you felt the same way, but when he did the nut punch to Falcon, it was right after Falcon tried to do the Falcon punch. And so I'm like, because Falcon didn't get that punch in, I just felt in my heart that Falcon was going to win with that move. So sure enough, I was right with the combination of the Blue Falcon, which a lot of you commented would be able to summon, which I think I mentioned. I don't recall, but it was a Smash Brothers rules, but they also tied it into the anime, so it worked out well, and that was just a hilarious scene. With Johnny trying to break the Blue Falcon and the Blue Falcon almost burning him into oblivion. And then I kid you not, when he did the Falcon punch the last time, I literally went Falco punch right with him because I wanted to feel like Captain Falcon. Yeah. Also, the part where Boomstick's like new life achievement unlocked, with the helmet. That was pure Boomstick, as was his reaction to the battle in general. So all in all, this was a fun little battle. I really liked it. It turned out so much better than I could have hoped. And not that I thought it would be bad, but I was worried about the sprites. And glad that Captain Falcon won, and extending one winning streak while upending another. Sorry, Mortal Kombat, not really, but it was good times, and I think this is going to definitely right now. This is definitely my top 5 of death battles for this season. So there we go. Next time, I am so hyped. I mean, I thought I was hyped and this is something someone said in the comments of the main death battle, which by the way was trending #1 on Twitter yesterday. So good job, death battle. Next up, we have Aang, not Ong, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender versus Edward from Full Metal Alchemist. This is gonna be good. Oh yes. So with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think about Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon? What did you think about the battle that is upcoming? And what were your favorite parts of this battle that just happened? Let me know in the comments below. So, I thank you for watching. If you made this far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.